It's Monday, October 1st, 2007. I'm James Kotecki, and this is Playbook TV. It's getting harder and harder to be holy in America these days, especially for trying to pick a presidential candidate. On Saturday, the Council for National Policy, a Christian and conservative organization, voted unanimously to consider running a third-party candidate if the GOP nominee is pro-choice. The vote comes amid broader conservative disarray, as the LA Times reports evangelicals have not yet coalesced around a candidate. And while that could make it easier for a pro-choice candidate like Giuliani to get the nomination, if the evangelicals stay home, it could be bad news for the GOP in the general election. My own newspaper, the Politico, reports that it's been a bad week for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Recent media stories have focused on negatives, including her connection to fugitive fundraiser Norman Sue and her inability to laugh properly. More recently, a front-page story in the Sunday LA Times reported that Democrats in western states are worried that a Clinton candidacy could hurt their congressional candidates, given her high negative ratings in that part of the country. Apparently, her East Coast liberal views might not jive with a guy who drinks rainwater out of his own boot and killed a buffalo with his bare hands. For its part, the Clinton campaign says that negative stories are in part due to the professional interest of reporters and analysts in having a competitive Democratic race. In an unrelated story, Dennis Kucinich looks like a very strong candidate who could pull off a huge upset in Iowa. Definitely check that out. Finally, pop quiz! Can you name America's least populated state? That's right, it's America's fantasy playground, Wyoming, where the Republican Party has set its primary to January 5th in an effort to give it some much-needed clout. On Saturday, Fred Thompson, Sam Brownback, and Duncan Hunter each spoke to the state party leaders, and Mitt Romney's son Josh spoke on behalf of his father. Josh Romney said his father's values included a strong economy, a strong military, and strong families, as opposed to all those other candidates whose values include an economy on the brink of collapse, a weak and pitiful military, and families that hide their mutual aggression deep down inside. The Republicans are all eager to win the Wyoming delegate so they can spend the rest of their campaign taking it for granted. Well, that's it for today's hit. Be sure to check out politico.com/playbook. I did it wrong again. More essential reading, including Obama's news strategy on judgment and experience, trying to prove that he has some, I guess. And don't worry, because even though we may not be the elite media, we'll still do our best to try and manipulate the news cycle to our own self-interest, right here on Playbook TV.